Under the authorities vested in me as the President of the United States, I'm officially invoking Section 740 of the District of Columbia Home Rule Act. You know what that is? And placing the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department under direct federal control, and you'll be meeting the people that will be directly involved with that.
Section 740. Sounds like a parking code violation. But nope, it's Trump deciding he's Batman now. Too bad crime in D.C. is actually down this year. Murders are at a 6-year low. But hey, why let reality ruin your dictator cosplay?
In addition, I'm deploying the National Guard to help reestablish law, order, and public safety in Washington, D.C., and they're going to be allowed to do their job properly.
Nothing says safe streets like rolling tanks past the Lincoln Memorial for a city where violent crime just dropped double digits. If this is his vision of re-establishing law and order, wait until he hears about jaywalking. We'll have drones in the crosswalk.
You tell them, you spit and we hit, and they can hit real hard.
We've officially gone from law and order to schoolyard brawl. Imagine explaining U.S. policy as spit-based. Somewhere, every public defender in America just got a migraine.
You people are victims of it, too. You know, you're reporters, and I understand a lot of you tend to be on the liberal side, but you don't want to get mugged and raped and shot and killed. And you all know people and friends of yours that happened. And so you can be anything you want, but you want to have safety in the streets. You want to be able to leave your apartment or your house where you live and feel safe and go into a store to buy a newspaper or buy something.
Yes, thank you. Safety tips from the man who thinks D.C. is the purge. Meanwhile, you're statistically more likely to choke on a chicken nugget than get mugged in this city right now.
The murder rate in Washington today is higher than that of Bogota, Colombia, Mexico City, some of the places that you hear about as being the worst places on earth, much higher.
Cool story, except DC's current murder rate is lower than it was in the 90s, and nowhere near Bogota or Mexico City. But sure, let's pretend the Washington Monument is surrounded by cartel shootouts. It'll look great in the brochure.
I've never seen a crowd like this. I think we need a ballroom. And that's happening. It's going to be a beautiful ballroom. This is really a lot of people, most I've ever seen in this room.
Because when you're done fear-mongering about crime, obviously it's time to build a $200 million ballroom. Forget infrastructure. Let's make sure that chandeliers have better security than the Metro.
We're going to replace the medians that are falling down all over the roads. We're going to replace the potholes. We're going to put a nice new coat of asphalt over the top.
Finally, the big national crisis solved. Not healthcare, not climate change, potholes. If asphalt could vote, this guy would be president for life.
Last week, my administration surged 500 federal agents into the district, including from the FBI, ATF, DEA, Park Police, the U.S. Marshal Service, the Secret Service, and the Department of Homeland Security. You know, a lot of nations, they don't have anything like that. They got some police, and they're rough police. They don't have DEA, ATF, FBI, Park Police, the U.S. Marshal Service, Secret Service, Department of Homeland Security. They got some police, but they're rough police, and they do their job. They don't have crime. We're not going to have crime either.
Yes, the rough police. Apparently the secret sauce to making crime vanish. Forget complex policy or social programs. All we need is a squad of super intimidating cops and poof, crime's gone. In related news, DC still has crime. Lots of it. But maybe it's just hiding because it's scared of Trump's tone. From fake crime waves to gold-plated ballrooms, Trump's America is where reality goes to die. But the punchlines write themselves. Hit subscribe before Section 740 gets invoked on your comment section.